And I guess my one question I would have, or curiosity I would have, is coming out of the Great Recession, when did we really kind of get through all of that inventory, all that foreclosure inventory of being processed and actually turning around and being sold?
When did we see it slow down as a whole? I mean, it trickled for years. I think in 2002, I'm old now, so 2000. No, I think 2013, 14, we started to see our default levels trickle to, more 1.5% default level. But I mean, it took 8 years, really. I mean, 2006 is when it kind of started. 2008 is when it really came out. And then a good 6-7 years to work through it all before we saw default levels kind of level out to, 1.5%. And they maintained that up until COVID, right? Going into March of last year, nationally, we're at a 0.9% default rate. 2008, we're at about a 5.4% default rate, which was, record highs. And I'm expecting, based on the numbers, the forbearances, stuff that's held on, we'll probably see, when it's all said and done, a 3 to 3.5% default rate, which is not as bad as '08, but it's going to be double what we saw prior to.
So that's an interesting thing there. So for me, in what I was doing back in 2006, 8, before recession, it didn't become like holy cow until Lehman Brothers collapse, which I think was like September 2008 or something like that. Like that's when it like hit me. But you're saying that you saw these numbers going up almost 2 years before that was even before Lehman issue even kind of hit the headlines.
Yeah. But '06 is when we started to see it on our end, like, okay, there's going to be a problem here. But when, right? And 08, it started to be, in '06, you were in the stated income on $900,000 houses with 5% down on a 620 credit score of somebody that's in an all cash business and works nights, and they were giving those loans out all the time, right? And you saw what they were building down in Country Club Hills, those McMansions, went for $400,000 or $500,000. I mean, none of it made sense. And people are like, oh no, the market, we're finally going to be this great New York, LA, we're going to do it. And everybody's flipping. And I mean, 08, it kind of leveled out. And I kind of see what that's, people tell me, oh, you've been saying for a year and a half that it will level out. And maybe I'm just completely wrong, but I see a lot of the same as what we saw in '06, right? Your price index hasn't increased much from a standpoint of a price index. Unemployment's higher today than it was in '08, and your income levels haven't jumped through the roof compared to '06, '07, right? Your income basis has maintained the same. Housing price index has been pretty much the same. And I see a lot of similarities from the retail side. If you talk to agents and lenders, that they think it's the best market in the world. And it is today. Yes, God bless you. But is it going to sustain? Can it sustain? And, there's 700,000 forbearance expiring at the end of June.